Timberwolves, and we're underway here in Boston. Jaden McDaniels, long, talented player. And Randall, first action for him. First reaction for the Boston D. Randall, no. Rebound for Jaylen Brown.
With Julius Randle, and you've got Hauser guarding you. You're going to have to be more aggressive than that. Use your size. Almost bully ball him in that paint area.
White, going all the way. Dosunmu knocked it down from behind, but gets it back, and is the first in the scorebook here tonight.
Ooh, almost pulled a Derek White, blocking from the backside. Two athletic guards defensively.
No doubt, Dosunmu has terrific speed. If you haven't seen him, came over from Chicago via trade. That's exactly what you talked about in the opening about. A terrific Boston defense, ever present. Late clock Randall.
They always make you play to their second option as Randall knocks.
Mentioned Boston, number 1 in points allowed, number 2 in field goal percentage. It's a high-scoring Minnesota team, 6th in the league. Brown has it knocked away by Gobert, and Dante DiVincenzo takes it for Minnesota.
Great hands there by Rudy. You don't see that very often.
Daniels, long legs, walk across the baseline. Deflection by White, knocked away by Hauser. Still 8 to shoot for Randall. Step into 3. And Rickett, bad shot. And Boston with Kata putting a fork in it. Back the other way. 4 on 5, Boston. Jaylen taking matters into his own hands.
Well, Boston, they'll force you in the difficult shots. That shot there by Randall with the shot clock running down, but they turn it into easy buckets. And another steal by the Celtics.
Hauser on the weekend.
And Jamal, you can't play with the basketball around an efficient defensive team like the Celtics.
Not against them, and Boston's pace is the slowest, but when they get stops, they get out and run and get uncontested baskets.
Gobert the screen. Dosunmu sees green jerseys whenever he turns. DiVincenzo, Kata waiting. Gobert trying to tip it in. Kata goes to get it. Multiple efforts every possession with Boston.
That's a great point. They have sold out to defense, and they know if they do that, they'll always have a chance every single night, especially going towards the playoffs.
Jaylen thought about a deep one. Kata. Leah Shaw on the miss. Rebounded by 6'9" out of Washington. Jaden McDaniels. So interesting to watch Minnesota without Anthony Edwards, because so much of their basketball is pick and roll with Edwards. And now how do they get into their stuff to get good shots? McDaniels misses their 1 of 5 to begin this game.
Well, it's those two guys. The last, Randall and it's McDaniels. Both those players have picked up their production with Ant-Man being out. Oh, look at that. That touched every inch of that rim and found a way to go in there by Jaylen Brown.
And that's even Jaylen Brown's growth as a scorer. The first one, Gobert got a piece of it, stripped it from him. The second one, he said, you know what, let me be a little more patient. I'll still get the same shot.
Daniels, though, credit to our colleague Zora Stevenson, our sideline reporter you'll hear from tonight. She asked Chris Finch about poor starts for the Timberwolves. They're in a poor start range right now as Brown makes it 11-2.
He thought he would jump up for a timeout. He's going to let his team play through it.
That would have been you, Reg. You would have jumped up and called a timeout. He said, no, figure it out.
Well, this will be a timeout after this bucket right here. They score right here, you'll see a timeout.
Jalen dancing, triple, too much. Dosunmu the rebound. Minnesota trying for an easy one. But Kata's presence turns it away. Kyle getting inside.
Oh, great defense by Kata on the switch.
Daniels knocks it down. Averaging 14.5, is on pace for his best points and three-point shooting in his career this year. Kata, first look at the basket. Flipped it to Kata. Gobert, terrific shot blocker. Still time. White thought about a straight-on 3. Pitch it to Hauser for a turn. Minnesota team that's in that pack that was DiVincenzo pulls a 3 and knocks it down. Much needed. 38% three-point shooter. He's got the most on this team.
211th made 3 there by Dante. In the top 4 in the NBA.
Tatum. Off on the 3. Missed his first 8 shots in the Friday victory at Memphis. That got tight late. But the Celtics hung on to win 117-112. Here's Randall. Knew that was off. Went to chase it. Got it from Hauser. Been in the lane for a minute. Kicks it back out. Dante DiVincenzo. Gobert screen coming. Contested three. Tatum the rebound. Mentioning this Minnesota team as Hauser pulls a three off. With the Lakers' great run, LA's won 9 in a row. It's no longer really a real tight pack for 3 through 6. Hauser just wraps up Gobert. Size difference in there. Minnesota 4.
Behind us, the fans are like, we cannot wait for season 1 of Rhode Island. They cannot wait. They are so excited behind us.
Bravo and Peacock, check your local listings. 3 of 12 shooting to start this one for Minnesota, but only down 3. Peyton Pritchard has come in along with Taylor Shireman for the Celtics. Brown and Tatum remain out. Brown using the Kata screen is off. Tatum on the board. Nifty to Brown. We talked about how often they have played together. Jaylen Brown continues just to be option 1 on this Boston team.
And that first play out of the timeout was actually for Tatum. But the read was, if Tatum's not there, Brown, you go do it yourself. So it's interesting to see how they work him back into this offense.
Daniels over Shireman. Tatum the rebound. Bones Highland has checked in number 8 for the Timberwolves. Tatum to the basket. The pitch to Pritch. Off on the 3. Pritchard annoying Gobert there as McDaniels comes back the other way. Brown tips it. Tatum secures it.
Look, I know McDaniels is 1 of 5, but these have been 5 quality looks at Tatum. This is his first 3 of the evening.
Leaking out of Highland. Tatum chasing. And Bones Highland. Added some good energy to this Minnesota team. This is not the deepest team in the league, but the addition of Bones Highland has been important, I think.
Very positive, brings the scorer's mentality coming off the bench. Always useful.
And he and Dosunmu together have been a nice combo, especially in the absence of Edwards. Tatum, late shot clock. Tatum, blocked by Gobert, he's got a couple. Tatum got it back and beat the clock. And for Boston, Garza had a terrific game on Friday night. That one is off Pritchard. It will be Minnesota ball. Garza had 22 and 7. Well, it's going to stay down here. I thought it was off of Pritchard. So did Zach Zarber, ran the other way.
Zach was surprised on that, Mike. He was other end of the court.
He was. I was with him. Brown, tough shot. And the foul called on Anderson. Got his hand caught. Just third foul of this first. As you ponder that,
as he ponders
let me
that,
think about that one.
Let me quickly remind everyone as we check in on the DraftKings play.
The game. I'll watch how certain guys play certain things. If I knew I wanted to come in and get a bucket and the guy was in the drop coverage, I would keep him in pick and roll because that was an easy free shot for me. So I always try to put myself in the game before the game actually was out there for me.
And a turnover here by Minnesota. Pritchard got a hand on that sloppy pass. Gonzalez couldn't finish. Garza kept it alive. Trying to throw it off Gobert. Couldn't. Highland the speed.
Pass.
Out of the corner, Naz Reed's first shot in a couple of games. I really like watching Shireman and what he gives this Boston team in intangibles. Jalen's giving him points. But Gobert, a third block, Greg, in this first quarter.
Time defensive player of the year, Rudy Gobert. Knocking down that paint area here in this first quarter.
Credited with another one earlier, so that's 4 now. Wow. In this first quarter for Gobert. Highland deep. Minnesota 4 of 17 shooting in this first quarter. Anderson likes to take his teams combined 2 of 17 is the lowest first quarter for Minnesota this season. As you see, it ties their fewest in any frame as we are getting down to the stretch. Derek White. There you go. Promise the second quarter will be better.
That's how you start it, Red. You go right to a pick and roll with White, get the matchup you want, get the space, knock down the 3.
Bones Highland led Minnesota in that first quarter with 4 points. It's Naz Reed. Gobert couldn't squeeze it. And the Celtics back the other way with Pritchard. That move is so patented with Pritchard. Highland leaking out. Dosunmu didn't feel like he could get it to him. White with the deflection, steals and blocks. Such a good defender. Gonzalez, Shireman, 3.
Turn the ball over. The ball movement in transition for the Celtics.
Wild shot, Dosunmu. Rudy Gobert at the line, age 34 now. Three-time Olympian representing France. A couple of silver medals. Thanks to the guy who finishes at the rim often.
Go to Rudy Gobert, who's number one, 699 screen assists. That's the most in the NBA. And for those of you who don't know what a screen assist is, when he comes up, obviously when Ant-Man or Julius Randle sets the screen and those guys able to knock it down. 699. Guess who's number two? Tatum. With all the high screening rolls with Brown and Tatum.
End of the clock, Pritchard never touched the rim. Back the other way. Bones Highland. And this Timberwolves team searching for offense. They are 6 of 26. So, Reggie, tell me if you're a screen assist fan, this is the matchup you dream of right here.
Absolutely. My Davis boys, they were high in those numbers.
White threw it away. Highland on the push. Speed and speed. Waheen Dosunmu. And a foul by Pritchard will bring Bones to the line.
Screens can cause confusion with the defense in the front court.
We always say, hey, you got to communicate, got to help your teammate. Do things like that linger in your mind if that happens to you?
And you start looking at your teammate funny if they don't call it.
Come on, Rudy.
Right?
What happened with KG on the floor?
KG was great everywhere, by the way.
Yeah, okay. All right. And in Minnesota, too.
Okay. All right.
Speaking of KG, the big three, Paul Pierce is sitting right near midcourt. Kevin's number up there, along with 34. There's Paul.
Is that Paul or Rockstar Paul? It's a whole different mode right now, mate.
He came to say hi to us, and the diamonds on the watch lured me.
He had diamonds on his glasses. I thought he was
Reed, all kinds of moves. Highland looking for a call. None there. Boston's only been whistled for 4 fouls. Just 3 on Minnesota so far. There's a Kata screen for White.
I want to screen and roll right there. Tatum. Great hands.
Katie looked like Dream in a training session. Here, this is how you do it. Up fake, they fly by, I do this.
McDaniels able to knock it down over Hauser. Just the 7th field goal for the Timberwolves in the first 15 minutes of this one. Julius Randle playing most of that first quarter. Resting here to start the second. White the 3. And back the other way comes Highland. He'll jack the 3 and knock it down.
Tell him goodbye.
Watching him play.
Yes.
There's such joy to it, fun. He was second team all-rookie with the Nuggets in 2022 when he came into the league out of VCU. And the defense on Hauser back cutting there. Gonzalez. Presence at the rim by Gobert. Oh, fancy by White. Gotta go. Gonzalez dribbling off the leg of Dosunmu when he's caught for the foul.
If you don't, you'll open up the court for space for your three-point shooters. Young big fellas out there, this is how you stick around, this is how you earn a win.
And Kata really developing in year 5 at the Utah State. First couple of years in Sacramento. This is his best run. A piece of that shot as Highland had it blocked. Tatum off the bench and back in. White secondary finish. Boston does play with the slowest pace in the league, but they are very intelligent and methodical about when they take their opportunities, and leads to good offense. So Sumu will take and make.
Good.
He danced around that screen, but Gobert deserves so much credit for that basket. He got him open 2 different times in one possession.
Tatum dribbles into a 3. Missed that. Remember, he missed his first 8 shots on Friday in Memphis. And struggling out of the gate here with his first 3 off the mark. So smooth. Why not? Gets that 3. Joe Mazzulla will
kickstart the relationship. I want guys to know that I'm here for them. And it's just one of the ways that this veteran continues to earn everyone's trust.
That's a cool story, Zora. A dozen years with Memphis, now 19 years in the league. It's a lot of handshakes. Tatum could not finish at the rim. Remains for the field thus far. Mostly in a backup role on this team. Travels. You guys have any handshake stories from your days in the league?
Well, I grew up watching.
He's right. It does bring that team camaraderie, and sort of thinking kind of goes into it a little bit. We were both big Michael Jackson fans. Still are.
But to have a different one with each guy.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
That's a lot.
That's tough.
That was good video. All over it. 3 to shoot, Tatum. Nice screen by Garza, however, it was illegal. And a foul was called on Luka. His second.
Right now in the second quarter, kind of stuck in mud offensively here, Jamal.
Yeah, they are. You're getting good ball movement, but there's no reward for it right now.
Hauser giving Randall no space. Clock at 5. Randall going to try from this side. With the spin. Garza comes across. Gobert finishes at the rim.
What you love about Gobert is he was open right there, but he sold out and used that energy to still get a putback for his team. He's not the guy that's going to say, you know what, I'm going to get on the post. I'm just going to make the best of the situation.
Jaylen Brown, multiple pump fakes. Nothing there. White down behind the play. Joining now. DiVincenzo turned away, and the three knocked down by Dosunmu. And Minnesota ties the game and takes the turnover. Iowa to the basket.
What a move.
For the lead. Underneath.
How does that happen?
I have no idea. It was like I was playing defense out there the way he just got open. I lost my man all the time, but that was oops.
The Celtics dominant in the paint, and there's good defense, too, by Boston. You get the ball in the paint against the Celtics. A lot of those Boston jerseys show up. DiVincenzo able to finish inside. He's got 5 now. Tatum can get going. Garza left free. It's alive by Hauser. Garza again. That one works.
You know what I love about Tatum right now, though? He's not fighting the game. He's not just trying to force everything. He's saying, you know what, I'm taking my shots, they're not there, but I'll still make plays for other people.
Randall wanted the call. Evan Scott says all ball. Celtics back the other way. Randall frustrated, so extending his defense out on White. Gobert's presence a factor there off White. Minnesota ball. Most of these Timberwolves, a very limited part of that 18-game slide. But a chance to change it here for the second half. First play, Tatum goes at the basket. And Gobert. And makes his first field goal of the night.
Wasn't settling for a jump shot. He put his head down and attacked Gobert to get all the way to the cup. See if I can get a string going for Tatum.
Off the third, DiVincenzo long on the 3. And the rebound punched back to Tatum. White on the break, and he is fouled by Dosunmu on the.
Minnesota erased a 15-point lead in that first half, so walking back onto the court, I asked Joe Mazzulla what happened.
He has talked about the last 4 games, unhappy with the number of live ball turnovers. Celtics blowing that lead. Their great radio voice, Sean Grandy, reminded me at halftime. The Celtics have won 37 in a row and leading by 15. First game of the year, Detroit blew a 15-point lead. We're up 15, and in this one, as Randall misses, hits the line inside. Did not establish back inbounds. It'll be Boston ball.
He is, and he's going to continue to get in that confidence.
Great pickup on the communication between those guys, often talked about. Tatum and Kata couldn't get out of each other's way.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Now, when they touch the basketball, they're not even shooting. They're just touching it, getting a feel for it. And now he's hit a couple in a row.
Randall has seen 2. But what I like is Kata flash at the basket. Tatum takes it away here. He did not ask for the ball. Tatum on the way to the basket. And there's the start to the third quarter we were talking about. Paul Pierce taking it all in.
And you can be healthy. You can be clear as you get confidence. The way you attack the basket, the way he's doing right now. 2 layups out of the 7 points.
DiVincenzo snaking his way. Gobert, not a clean catch. Still 5 on the clock. Daniels off in the corner. 3, Brown on the rebound. Daniels 2 of 8 from the field. Brown got Gobert inside. Timeout, Minnesota. At the game.
Did you just say wicked win?
Wicked win.
Nice.
The same way I read the promo here a couple of weeks ago. McDaniels rattling down 3.
Come on, how good has McDaniels been shooting the 3 ball this year?
And
Career year.
Yes, I had the pleasure of being in the gym with him. He actually trained with Cartier and my son and Caden Powers and saw the work he was putting in 2 and 3 times a day.
Tatum, hot quarter, 0 for 4 to start. Made his first 3 of the third. Off there, and Minnesota back the other way. There's the speed from Dosunmu to the basket.
Look, and he liked it. That was a running crossover right there. It wasn't one where he slowed down. He was running. It breaks stride.
When you surprise yourself, then you know it's good.
You know it's good. Watch his face. You're going to say, yeah, that was.
Let me tell you about me.
Yeah.
Brown inside. Oh, trying to get crafty. He had McDaniels' long arms there defensively. Dosunmu is the 38th overall pick by the Bulls in 2021. And followed up with a three. Entire career, his high school, his college, and then the start of his NBA career in his hometown of Chicago. Tatum, three.
Gobert have to come up and show a little bit harder.
DiVincenzo putting on some speed. Nice cut, Dosunmu to the basket.
Dosunmu just plays the right way because he doesn't need the ball in his hands. He gives it up. He knows when to slash or cut, and he's a great finisher.
You start to think about the playoffs and just having that great combination. Dosunmu will give him a little boost off the bench now. Brown off the mark. White fights for the rebound. Squeezed by Randall. Fans want to call. DiVincenzo triple. Rebound White. Back the other way. Anyone in the basket with a purpose.
The foul. Max Arbor was waiting to see if it went in.
Working on when he's coming back. A lot of step-up pick and rolls. Stuff that he's really, really comfortable with. Now he's in rhythm again.
National TV of the Timberwolves. More on these games, NBA.com, or visit the NBA app.
Is that your first on-the-bench game?
My first on-the-bench game, Austin Rivers.
So is that like when Michael Jackson would go to the House of Blues and he would just pop in and nobody knew he was coming and do his magic when he goes to the House of Blues?
That's it, right?
Yes,
it is.
I'm excited.
Mic to mic.
I'm excited not to have you two guys crowded next to me. McDaniels. Excited to see Wemby again. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, always.
Every time in person, it's a treat. The Spurs red hot. Pritchard out of the corner. Knocks down three.
And that's the second. Minnesota has absolutely lost where the offensive player was. They did it earlier with White, now they do it with Pritchard.
Deflected by Tatum. Celtics leading by 9. Joe Mazzulla years, 50-plus wins. 57, 64, and 61. His first 3 seasons. Gobert the screen. DiVincenzo off on the 3. Tatum back the other way for the C's.
If that drag spin again, that's when he can get downhill.
Finish, looks for the foul. No call. Back the other way.
He should have called it.
And he's upset, Red, because he's saying, you know what, I'm just now starting to get a rhythm.
Complaining went on too long. Tatum picks up a technical. And a foul here on Jaylen Brown as he was defending.
Contact to the neck area of Gobert.
Fans getting frustrated. The technical foul on Tatum was the first called on him this year. Minnesota trying to dig out of a hole. It was 15 points earlier in the game. 8 now. Randall continues to struggle. 1 of 11 from the field here tonight. Tatum has man in the air and draws the contact on McDaniels, who will come. All 3 coming in the first half of this quarter. Screen for Brown. Off the mark. We're talking about Boston and perhaps eyes on the number 1 seed, Detroit. They are 4 behind the Pistons in the loss column. So soon they speed inside for McDaniels, who punches it down. The Pistons have the tiebreak, so it's essentially 5 games Boston would have to make up here in the final dozen. But Detroit, of course, without Cade Cunningham. Nice split by Tatum to the basket for the finish. 13-point quarter here for Tatum. McDaniels, offense coming easy.
More quick.
And picks up full court. He's making Tatum work early.
How they got back in the ball game in the second quarter when they picked up full.
A lot of contact. It's only Tatum on this possession so far. Brown for 3. And NBA title.
One of my top 10 favorite players ever, Kevin Garnett. The only person on the list is not a guard. He's the only one I thought that can mesh both worlds together. And that's hard.
Some guys you wish you played with in your career.
Yeah.
He is one guy that I wish I would spend some time in the same locker room, playing on the same court. He just brings that energy.
And for a generation maybe removed who did not see or enjoy Kevin McHale's great career here as Naz Reid misses. And Kevin McHale was just sensational to watch play. Ball thrown out of bounds. It'll be Boston ball from Hibbing, Minnesota. Mr. Basketball in the state, played at the U. Number 3 pick by the Celtics in 1980. 13 years, a Hall of Famer, and then that executive career with the Timberwolves back in his home state, drafting KG. Perfect on-air commentator as well. Enjoyed always listening to Kevin talk basketball, coaching. Did it all. Tatum on the pitch. Quick to 3.
figures for the Celtics.
10. Just joining us, no Anthony Edwards. Working through knee inflammation. McDaniels on the miss. Brown the rebound for Boston. Instead, it'll be a 1 to 2 week time frame. This is the end of that first week on Tuesday. We'll see if it's another week or so. Right into the basket. Ball in March, great basketball in April. We are 3 weeks away from the end of the regular season. Oh, the playoffs will be so much fun. These two teams will be a part of the party. Anderson on the follow. Gives the Timberwolves the lead, down by 15 earlier. And took on an 11-0 Boston start to the second half.
What a +2 on the boards here. Remember, that was a point of emphasis. Coach Chris Finch was talking to us about being better on the glass.
Boston took care of it a lot better than White. And he gets fouled on the outside by...
Don't get me started.
No Brown or Tatum on the court right now. Look for Pritchard and White to be more aggressive.
And as this unit was letting Memphis get close on Friday, Pritchard stepped back, missed the three, and Clark gets the rebound. Missoula let this group play through and didn't bring Tatum and Brown back to the end. Gonzalez got way high to deny Reed. Ugo swing it. White faking, coming inside.
I wrote in my mailbag earlier for NBA.com that Derek White's a transformer. He can transform into anything. He can be a primary ball handler, a spot shooter, a defender. He can do so many things so well.
Is that a little self-promo?
Did you hear me?
Yeah. Multi-platform Jamal.
I remixed it, you know, DJ'd a little bit.
Highland keeping Gonzalez on his hip. Nice ball by Bones.
Oh, there, he's looking at Gonzalez like that. He's looking at the Celtics big thing. Who is this guy?
And Mike loves it. Mike's over here loving
Who is
this
this guy on me?
I've always enjoyed watching Bones play. He's a treat.
He got some Nate Robinson in him. Like, he's electric. He's fun to watch. He uplifts his team.
Kane screen on Clark. White's got Anderson. Late clock. Shireman's got to go. Shireman fading swing. Raises the iron. DiVincenzo.
Bullet Bones. Bullet Bones. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Here's the celebration camera.
Look at Red.
Jamal Red. And with Celtics bench again. 83-81. Highland has 21 points on the night. White.
And who's in the middle of it? Bones to secure that rebound. He is feeling it right now.
Look at that Zora find out what that means.
Let me just say this. Bones in the rotation in the playoffs in a series. You get one of those. We might be at the replay center checking out the action. It's going to
Look, now
hurt foul.
Look at it. It's on you.
yes. And now he's headed to the free throw line himself.
Oh, my gosh. Season high is 23 for Bones. It was at Milwaukee in January. Chance to get there with a couple at the line. 50 year out of VCU.
He plays with this type of energy.
And they're close friends, right? He's always rooting for him to see him start to come into his own and get comfortable with his team. He knows it'll be needed going towards the playoffs.
7-0 run, all Highland, and Minnesota leads by 4, trying to win in Boston.
Stepped out.
Sideline, out of bounds. Trying to win in Boston for the first time back on March the 6th of 2005. As the kids say, been a minute.
What was the #1 song in 2005? I mean, you're going way back.
Meet Me at the Track is Going Down by Young Jock.
Sumu no. Rich, save that till about 3 minutes in the game when you really want to build the drama. So let's hold the other stuff. We got the starting 5 from that game too, by the way. We can give it to you. Back in 2005, Sam Cassell was on the bench as one of the assistants for Joe Mazzulla. Was a part of that game. Deep 3 by White.
Great rebound.
Tremendous board go up. DiVincenzo ball finding energy. Reed! Lefty finish! And 1! Timberwolves run. Luka Garza, Jaylen Brown checking in for Boston. Brown on the curl. Met by Randall, who's had a terrible offensive night. 1 of 10 from the field, but keeps digging in defensively. White's 3. Rebound Naz Reed.
Brown's a better man than I am, because after all those moves, I was shooting. No question about it.
And he had the space.
He had the space to do it.
Only 4 points in the first 5 minutes of the quarter for Boston. Reed, triple. Yeah! Naz Reed. And now it's a 10-point Minnesota lead, their largest of the night. 13 straight for the Timberwolves. Brown tries to end that. So does Garza. They cannot. And this Minnesota team, no Edwards, nothing offensively from Randall, getting it done. Reed back in the lineup off the ankle injury. Looking good, and Missoula will take another time the last 15. Now Reed the last 8 after Bones Highland scored 7 in a row. And the lead is 12 for Minnesota. Pritchard, Schneider, right a deep 3. Rebound by Randall for Minnesota.
Minnesota extending their defense, forcing Austin into these long, tough threes.
It is a 15-0 run for the Timberwolves. Randall at Garza gives him the body. Cannot convert.
The fact that Minnesota's up 12 with Randall 1 for 11.
White on the dive. DiVincenzo the defense at the rim. Garza follows. No. Not again. DiVincenzo looking to draw the foul. White from behind.
Couldn't fill him.
One of the top steal men in the league comes up with one. Pritchard thought about pulling. Brown will. Not close. And timeout, Minnesota. Chris Finch did not like the way for the Celtics. You look at their offensive rebounds by quarter. Randall and company have done a good job. Moving in on Garza. Bullying inside. And he'll come to the free throw line.
Foul magnet, Red. Just like how Corey Maggette used to be. Drive and you almost...
Still a 15-0 run for the Timberwolves. Make it 16. Game 2 of the season at the Garden in New York. Knocks this one down.
Way to jinx him, Mike.
Let's read the facts. You see the Knicks mentioned their victory earlier tonight. Game in the standings. This is the time of the year that you look at the loss column. Celtics 2 ahead of New York. Tatum back in the game. Pitch towards Garza is going to shoot a 3. Good check out by DiVincenzo. Didn't let Pritchard sneak in. Quickly the other way, McDaniels to the basket. Kept that right foot up, not to travel, but it's off Dante, and it's Boston ball. Celtics have missed their last 12 shots. They're going to get a challenge here. Was he handed the ball before the challenge was called for?
And that intel, that was clear as day.
7.5 minutes, only 4 points from Boston. Tatum trying to change it. And one.
Well, if we can get the free throw to go here.
Nothing in the first half. 15 for Tatum here in the second half. What have you seen with him so far tonight, Jamal?
Well, he's more comfortable having the ball in his hands. When he does that, he can get his rhythm. And that's what Jaylen Brown was alluding to. He wanted him to dance a little bit, get in his rhythm. You've seen it the second half.
Number is 10, 4.5 to go. Ayudo Sumu. This Minnesota team really doesn't have a true point guard. Bunch of different folks bringing it up. So offense with Ant-Man Randall over Garza. Knocks down a 3.
That is been struggling. Point right there. Knocked down his first 3.
So Sumu defending Tatum. Turned him away the first time. Backing down. Off the left foot. Garza trying to keep it alive. Timberwolves done a nice job surrounding the boards. Tatum knocked it away. Brown takes it away. Tatum, Pritchard for 1, 2. Missed the 3. Rebound to Sumu. And Finch takes another timeout. And off the bench for Minnesota in this fourth quarter. 17 of their 21. And a lot of it's been Bones Highland. And Sumu working the backboard for Minnesota. 4 to shoot. Randall from the outside. Hit a 3 before. Missed that one. Tatum on the rebound for the Celtics. His 10th to go with 16 points. Round foul. 3:07 to go. Spent 5-6 hours waiting for that part and getting on the flight, and they have just not been their sharp selves, except for the start of each half tonight. Brown, tight inside, taken away by McDaniels.
Warming defense here by Minnesota.
2:50 to go. Randall inside. Shireman just...
From that generation to help Ant-Man's journey as he continues forward as one of the best players in the league.
Tomorrow night, as we check out the national TV schedule on Peacock, Spurs and Heat, followed by the Warriors in Dallas to take on the Mavericks at NBC and Peacock. On Tuesday night, Orlando in Cleveland. Reg will be there, and then the Nuggets will be in Phoenix to take on the Suns. NBA.com, the NBA app for more on that. And here is a foul on Randall, all the way back from the basket. 4th team foul on the Timberwolves. Here with 2:49 to go. Chris Finch taking this Minnesota team to the finals in the Western Conference the last 2 years. Dan's got hit up by the eye. Brown comes to the basket, blocking foul called as he hit Naz Reid, then hit the deck hard. Closing in on another 30-point game. He's got 28. He has 32 30-point games in the 63 he has played this year.
And second behind Luka in the SGA. So we talk about a guy who's a scoring bucket, 5th in scoring in the association. Again, a lot of that work had to be done while Tatum was out. But it's not. Field goal attempts are down now that Tatum is back.
We'll extend the defense here by Missoula and Boston. 2:25 to go. Gotta get some stops to get back in the game from Boston. Minnesota can close it out with good offense. 3 is off from McDaniels. Back the other way, Tatum. Take it and go. Around Randall to the basket. Off the window, no. Six of 16 shooting night here for Tatum. Down to 2 minutes. Sumu to the basket. Nice finish. And the Timberwolves lead by 14.
And he had to feel good about that because he told Holmes, no, I got it. Holmes tried to come get the ball. He said, no, I got it. I got something.
Jaylen Brown check out this one. He cannot finish. Dosunmu with the screen. Randall on the hit ahead. The Minnesota Timberwolves are that close to a first win in Boston in 21 years.
That's why they call it the Wild Wild West. And it will be interesting who's playing their best basketball in about a month from now once these playoffs kick off.
Is that Kumo D's Wild Wild West, or is that just the...
Joe Mazzulla has emptied the bench. Ron Harper Jr., Max Shulga, Charles Bassey in the lineup, along with Gonzalez and Shireman out of the regular rotation. So Boston will absorb a 24th loss here. And that Detroit cushion with the Cade Cunningham injury that Maria and the guys were talking about at the top of Basketball Night in America, the collapsed lung, and we wish him our best. Max Shulga gets to the basket, and Chris Finch takes a timeout. He's going to get the Minnesota bet down of the NCAA tournament by Iowa tonight. Seed goes down.
Right, you're talking about the standings in the East, Detroit versus Boston. More importantly, if you're the Knicks, it's that 2-3. That's what's going to be interesting.
Sure.
If there's a Game 7, you can get to 2 and have Game 7 on your home court in that second round if it comes to be between the Celtics and the Knicks. That's huge.
Shulga, the rookie out of VCU, finds Bassey on a 10-day, signed March 15th by the Celtics. Shulga, who scored there, 57th pick in the second round. From Ukraine, apparently still residing in Kyiv. The turmoil in his country is still playing. Played 5 college seasons, 3 at Utah State, before finishing with VCU. And that basket he scored before the last timeout, as Gonzalez misses a 3. Shulga's first points in the NBA. And he's going to get a chance to come to the line to get more. So somebody in the Celtics will make sure they grab it.
It's like when a guy gets his first hit in baseball, they save the ball. And
noticed it more and more of late and just didn't know if it went back to the black and white days. So
they give you like a mic, huh?
you get saved the makeup wipe thing.
Yeah, there you go.
That's to the game.
I like that, the makeup wipe.
Well, it has come to an end. 18 straight losses. 7,685 days. But for the first time in 21 years, the Minnesota Timberwolves win in Boston. They beat the Celtics tonight, 102-92.
And Mike, they wanted to know
the song of the year back then, 2000.